I'm back in the studio, the happiest place on earth, and you can see this guy's face, his smile, which is unbelievable. Tony Kyuregyan, I said it right.
You said it right.
But my buddy Vince from high school reached out to me and he said, hey, there's this 62 Impala. It is a convertible and this guy is giving it away. And I was like, there's no way in the world that this guy is giving away a 62 Impala that is convertible. It was a Super Sport too.
Super Sport.
But I started to research. I looked into it in Bad Habits Car Club and I saw Tony and it was for real. But at first, I tell you, I looked at the video and I thought, nah, there's got to be some sort of catch. And then I got Tony on the phone. And when I got him on the phone, we messaged through Instagram. And a celebrity like this generally won't pick up the phone, but he picked up the phone and we started talking. And I could see that it was just in his heart. My parents told me all the time that it was better to give than receive. And you're going to see that embodied in a human being. And I've never seen that. We just got a chance to be able to chop it up for the last 15, 20 minutes before we started recording. And you can see this guy's heart on his sleeve, which is amazing. So it's my honor and pleasure to bring to you Tony Kyuregyan. He has many different names because none of his teachers could pronounce them. But Vince, this one's for you. I love you, buddy. This means the world to me to have Tony here. But honestly, it's for you, Vince. So why don't we get this party started?
Yeah, and this the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small grooves into launch pad flights. Yeah, this the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights. We begun surfing waves too low, made our own rules everywhere we go. Held tight to the truth that our parents declared. Anything is possible, the love stayed there. Now Rob's daughter ballin' on the end scene, Olay scene. Will's kids live dreams we never could have seen. This the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights.
No, they were excited. They're like, oh, have fun, this is once in an opportunity, once in a lifetime, How often am I going to go sit down and let my feelings out, like tell people why I did it and what's the reason, because everybody, at the end, my brother, John, and a couple of Chris's friends, they started making me feel bad.
Really?
I started feeling guilty, because it's like, that's my brother's car. I dare you give it away, this, that. And I told him, remember, John, I told you to take the car. I'll give it to you. If you want to hold on to it, here it is, take it. Nobody stepped up to the plate.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, it's a little bit of money. Like I said, it's not cheap to have this car.
It's not a little bit of money. It's a lot of bit of money.
Yeah, so I think he had a hard time because he was holding up a job. He's older than me. I told you earlier he had a heart attack. So he probably couldn't afford it. So I told him, you know what, I'm going to give you spots. If it's meant for you, it'll go to you. So that's why I had so many numbers too, because everybody wanted spots. So I gave John like 60 spots, trying to see if he'll get it. My son, Chris, that's my uncle's car. Give him numbers, Gave one number to my wife. She's like, if it happens, it happens. I don't need much. She's cool. Close friends to Chris, they all, Chris. All right, I'll give you guys spots. So maybe over 100 spots, I gave it away. Here you guys go. Good luck. If it happens, it happens. Because I had people, one guy messaged me, like, I'll give you $50,000, and just, whatever you do, make sure the car comes through. I'm like, no. And then another guy, Armenian guy, make it happen. I'll give you someone. No, I can't sleep at night. I got friends involved. I got my brothers involved. How am I going to cheat them? You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So people offered me crazy amount of money just to cheat on that raffle. I was like,
really?
It's not going to happen.
I think I was going to become one of them, Tony. I was like, I saw it, and my buddy Vince was so excited about it. And he was like, man, I really want this car. And I said, well, are you going to enter the raffle? Are you going to do it? I want to get into, well, let's rewind, though. 7 years old. You come from the Soviet Union. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. You've got a different name than Tony when you come from the Soviet Union.
Yeah, Tigran.
Tigran. So you get here, Tigran. Are you speaking English at the time?
Not at all. That was another problem.
Okay. So no English. Your name is Tigran. Teachers start calling you.
Okay, this is what Are we on? Are we
Yeah,
on?
we're
Okay,
going, man.
awesome. So the first night we come here, and my dad's friends invite us over for dinner, this, that. We find this little 1-bedroom type of house. They let us stay there. Little to find out, my dad's friend, son, is a drug addict. He breaks into the house that night, steals whatever money we have that we came here to survive with. And I see him. I wake up. I'm 7 years old. I see this guy, but I'm so scared because I'm a baby.
Yeah.
And I see him going through the pockets of my dad's pants and everything. And I'm 7 years old and looking at him. I'm like, what's going on? You know, I never seen something like this. So I remember him, right? He takes off. We're broke. No money. They throw us out, you know, pretty much. You're on your own. This one gentleman, Jack, my dad's name, his friend, has a house in Silver Lake. He invites us to stay there. He goes, look, I just bought this house. It needs, you know, remodeling, all this stuff. You guys help me out. You can stay there. You have kids. Really nice guy. God bless his heart. So he helps us out, and I start going into elementary, and I don't know English. I know nothing. You know, I'm a poor kid. You know, nothing. And all day long, it's like I'm getting picked on, fights. You know, all through my life, it's like fight after fight after fight. So I don't even get proper education. And this lady, I remember her, she was our neighbor. Every time after school I'm going home, she'll put $5 on the floor and run inside. So I think I find it. You know? I found $5, same place every day. I run home, give it to my mom. She buys bread, you know, we eat, we survive. Again, God bless her soul, you know. And I learned that, you know, giving is special, especially when someone that needs it. You know, I learned that. So all my life I give, even though I shouldn't, because, you know, I'm having a hard time myself, but I always feel like I'm blessed. So just with that, you know, give my brothers cars, give my friends cars. Every time they came, hey, T, you know, I don't like my car. Can I have your car? We'll trade. Sure, I'm going to sell it anyways. I grew up in selling cars, buying, selling cars.
What was the first car that you gave away?
I gave it to my mom. I was 13 years old. I met a friend named Max. He's still my friend, Persian guy. He used to go to auctions. And I would go wash his cars, detail before they run through the line. You know, real quick, wash down, whatever. And one day in Arizona, 13 years old, I'm the last guy there. Everybody bought cars, and there's this one lane still going. And I'm watching the cars, you know, like I'm a car guy. And this cat, like DeVille, not much, but back then, you know, it's something. And this auctioneer points at me like, you want to bet on it? I'm like, I don't have money. He's like, come on, man, buy it. You know, he's telling me buy it. And I have the badge. It's Max Ritz Leasing at the time. It's Max's badge with the number. And he goes, you know, $100. Like, no, you know, I'm scared. And he's like, I'll give it to you at $50. Like, okay, sold. I bought this car. I took it home, and my mom sees it. It's really clean, like almost brand new type of $50, you know. Max is like, goodbye, whatever, we'll sell it. And my mom sees it. She's like, so you bought that for me? I'm like, yeah, Mom. I bought it for you, you know. That was the first car I gave away to my mom.
Where'd you get the $50 in the first place?
I went back and got it for my dad. I was like, Dad, you gotta give me $50. He's like, why? I bought this car. I gotta pay Max, you know. So
Did the car run?
it was clean.
It was
like,
clean.
Yeah, brand new.
It was almost brand new.
Yeah, I
$50.
37,000 miles on it.
What?
Yeah.
What color was it?
It was like a creamish yellow.
Okay.
You know, like inside, outside. It was like a tan type of deal. Creamish yellow. Yeah,
Okay.
weird color. But she was beautiful.
Yeah.
So my dad ended up giving that car to his brother that we brought over from Armenia, because my dad decided to bring everybody from Armenia over to here so they could have a good life. So they had to go to work. He gave that to his brother. I ended up gardening just in the neighborhood, 20 cents, 25 cents, water the grass, cut the grass. I remember those days. That's the only way I could have money in my pocket. I ended up talking to one of the neighbors. He had a Honda Civic, and the engine was blown. I don't know that. I'm like, hey, what are you going to do with the Civic? Dust all over it. He's like, you want it? I'll give it to you. I do want it. Again, $50. So I buy it. And I drive it home, mufflers, pop, 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 junk. You know, I was like, oh my God, I'm 13. You know, I'm not even supposed to be driving. I get it home and I'm like, Dad, look what I got, Dad. He's like, oh my God. You know, he already knew it because he's a mechanic. He knows his cars. Like, parking inside is messed up. We'll fix it. I put foil paper on the exhaust thinking that's going to help. You know, it's blowing up.
Yeah.
As a kid, my friends came. We put a speaker box. He wanted to buy a speaker box. This guy bought this. We're all kids. We're trying to fix it up to drive, but the car's blown gasket. And my dad decided to fix it 2 years later. So, because I'll help you fix it. We took the heads out, got it done, put it together. And he gives it to his sister's husband. So I'm like, Dad, my money, you know? Like how am I supposed to? I'm trying to buy and sell cars there. It's like, okay, find the next car, I'll buy it. So I run to the same guy. I remember he had a Regal. Back then, Regal, you know, I'm in the Mexican neighborhood, cholos and Regals and cutlasses. Back then, that was everything. So I run up to him, I'm like, I want to buy your Regal now. You know, it's like, this guy. I'm like, seriously, I want. He goes, $500. Run back to my dad. I'm like, I need $500. He's like, no, you know, that, please. Like, all right, go. So I go buy this 78, I think it was a 78 Regal. And paint's messed up. Whatever, he ran. Start, you know, waxing it. As a kid, doing whatever I could. I'm learning more and more, at least. At least I was getting education. We fixed this car up. A house comes up in North Hollywood. And we need a down payment. So my dad says, you know, all of us come together. I'm already old enough. I'm making a little bit of money, gardening, this, that, the car. Me and my brothers and my dad and mom came together, put some money together to buy this house, down payment. So I had to sell my car. I ended up selling it to this girl, she's a white girl, really nice, for $2,500 and give that to them. So it's always like, you know, give, and I enjoy giving. I didn't mind.
Yeah.
As long as I see that they're happy, you know, it made me happy. And I have a good soul. I'm always smiling. Even on my worst days, I'm smiling and happy, you know, because I'm blessed to be here, you know. How many people we know that are not here with us now? So we're blessed. Every day when I wake up, I'm like, thank you, you know, I'm alive. So the rest of the day, it's up to me what I do with it. So just like that, went to school. We got into a lot of fights every day. It was a fight. I couldn't get education. All the way to high school, big fights. I got stabbed. Me and my brother Chris got stabbed. We got jumped by 30 kids.
30 kids? Was it tough for you too? Because like when I first saw you, right? And when you first saw me, what cultural background did you think I came from?
White.
Yeah, but I'm Mexican. And then I looked at you and I was like, this dude's Mexican. Was there any type of struggle that way too? Because I mean, obviously, like if you just looking, we take the lowriders into effect, right? We take into that as far as cultural wise. You would assume, I assumed, when I saw the 62, when I saw you on the thing, and then when you sent me over the background and it was Soviet Union, I was like, wow. I mean, I had no idea. Was there a cultural divide for you when you were growing up where like fitting in a certain area or anything like that, or how did it go?
It was tough because back in the 80s when we got here, we were the only Armenians in Silver Lake Echo Park area, downtown. Yeah. And everybody else was like really into Hollywood. You know, they didn't come this way. So we were always being bullied, always in fights every day. You know, and it was really hard when they're like, "What are you guys? You know, Armenian." It's like, what the hell's Armenian? You guys aliens or something? You know? And you know, my older brother John, he felt like he had to protect us. Same with Chris, he had to protect me. And I'm a kid, I'm trying to, protect them. But we were always overpowered. But somehow God gave us that strength to, end up on top.
Yeah. Take us to the 30 against the 2. And you guys
30
get stabbed.
against 2. I got stabbed. Chris got stabbed. 30 people jumped us. And we really messed everybody up. By the time we had to walk to Children's Hospital in Hollywood. So by the time we got there, and we got jumped because of our race, Armenians. They didn't like Armenians. Kind of don't blame them. Little shit starters. But anyways, we get to the hospital, and I see everybody there. All the kids that got beat up, they're there. And cops came and grabbed me and Chris, and I'm like, dude, we're the victims. I'm stabbed. We didn't have knives. We didn't have. I got hit with the baseball bat here, dude, about that much slide. Because I went that way, or else I would have died. I saved myself. And the cops arrested this guy. And I remember we went to a hearing with the, detectives, this, that. I could have sued the school because we went and asked the principal to take us home. Like, dude, we know we're going to get jumped, but everybody's talking about it. Take us home. Make sure we get home safe. Then get out of here, And this was King Junior High. So we could have sued and, came up, but we didn't even do that. So this kid's sitting next to me in the hearing, and they're about to arrest him and take him in for the rest of his life, probably. And his mom's here crying. My mom's next to me here, and then Chris is there. The kid's over there, the one that stabbed me. And it's all detectives. And I keep on looking at the mom. She's crying. She knows it's over, And the detective's like, you recognize anybody here? I go, yeah, My mind's running, though. I'm, like, going crazy. I'm about to ruin somebody's life, And like, can you point them out? I go, yeah, my brother, my mom, They're like, no, you recognize Mr. whatever his name is. Hey, yeah, he goes to school with me. He's like, can you tell us what happened that day? And I go, all you need to know is I got a mom. He got a mom. They're hurting. That's all you need to know. Nothing happened. The cops were pissed. What do you mean nothing happened? They wanted to lock him up. Nothing happened. What do you want to know? So they let us go, and early in the morning, I'm going back to school the next day. And this guy's waiting for me. I say, I'm like, maybe I should have locked him up.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have locked this guy up, And he comes up to me and gives me the biggest hug. And he's like, thank you. Thank you. This is when Armenians and Latinos are, they're always fighting. And I go, bro, it was a fist fight. Why'd you pull out a knife? Why'd you want to kill me? He's like, because I'm stupid. I was trying to make a name for myself. From now on, he goes, it's nothing but love. And that was the last time I seen him. Walks away, I go to school. That was it. I never seen him again. And that day, I felt like I was blessed. I just saved this kid's life, because he made a mistake. We're kids, Even my kids are 21, whatever. To me, they're kids. When they grow up old enough where they can make their decisions and I agree with their decisions, is the time I would say, okay, you're a grown man. But until today, you see them making mistakes, playing with girls, different girls, coming home late. I'm like, bro, that's cool. That's what you're supposed to do, but slow down,
Yeah.
Worry about your foundation. Start building your foundation or your business, because they started their business. It was funny. That's another story. Andrew and him and me were playing games all day. We're playing Roblox and we're playing Ark, Survival, The Fittest. We're just playing games, And one day I got up and said, hey, guys, we need to stop playing other people's games. We need to start worrying about your foundation. He said, they're only 13. And he's like, what do you mean, Dad? I go, you like playing Ark, Ark and games and Call of Duty, this, that. I go, why don't you guys try to figure out how to make your own game? Guess what? Today, they're game developers. One's doing graphic design. That's his job, Chris's job. And the other guy's doing the program. That's Andrew. He does the programming. So they have their own business called Fun Gaming Inc.
Really?
Yeah. And
Now, what was some of the things were your parents talking about the lessons? Because when I hear it, even the first time that we talked and I reached out to you, you said something to me that hit me so hard. I was like, man, this is so amazing what you're doing as far as giving away the cars and doing the stuff. And you said, I've been so blessed in my life. I want to make sure that other people feel it. Is that something that your parents were saying, or did you just see the example of it?
No, we always had a hard time in life. Even, Jesus, all my friends used to have money with them, this, that. I would ask my mom for $5 because I was so caught up in the street life. Never had a job. I mean, I did, but it was not enough, just giving it to my family, help out with the rent, this, that. So I used to get like $5 here and there just to survive throughout the day. But the knowledge my parents gave me, that's where I was blessed. Like they always talk to me. Like, funny story, like one day I'm sleeping and not really sleeping. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm talking to God in my head.
How do you talk to him? Do you talk to him regular?
So-
Just like he's your
My mom says I'm gifted. I'm gifted.
okay.
I don't believe in
But
it.
what
I'm
about
very
your
close.
your pattern of speech with God? Is it more of like, hey, just like you're talking to me, or do you get into a very reverent, oh thou art, and things like that?
It would be basically when I'm resting
Okay.
in bed, alone, dark, close
Yeah.
my eyes, and just start talking. Dear God, I start praying,
Yeah.
and then I'll hear answers. Like example I was trying to do is, hey God, why am I so broke? Why can't I be rich? Why can't I be born in a rich family? Why is it I'm working so hard and I don't see no money? Things like this, and this I don't know. It's in my brain. This type of voice or this answers came to me. It's like, look down to your feet. And I look down. I'm laying down. I'm looking at my feet. He goes, do you see any toes missing? I'm like, no. He goes, wiggle it. I wiggle it. They're working? Yeah. Okay. What about your hands? Your eyesight. This is all coming to me, right? I'm laying there. I go, everything works. He goes, well, then get up and work, and I'll help you. Ever since that, after that, it's just been like, I bought a tow truck. That tow truck turned into 18-wheeler car transporters. I did that for 6 years. I went to Vegas, bought properties, apartments, homes, and sold it all. Came back because my dad had a stroke, and I lost him right away. I didn't want my mom to be alone. Sold all that away and just gave that good life away. It was a very good life. Came back here. I opened up my medical marijuana I was telling you about.
Yeah.
My friend's driving me around, and he goes, I'm going to stop and get some weed. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to stop and get some weed? He's like, yeah, at the store. I'm like, what? What? Never heard of this. He goes, yeah, it's a clinic. It's like a weed weed shop. I'm like, what? So we stop, and he goes in there, shows his license, and comes back with like a gram of weed. I'm like, you could do this? The first thing I did is run and open one up. This is 2006. I opened one up, and now I'm scared because they're saying it's in the gray area. So the feds mess with you, the county doesn't. I'm like, gray area. I got my PICO license. Ain't nobody's gonna mess with me. So I grew with that. It was doing good. It took about a year. It started doing really good. I got one for Chris, my brother Chris. I opened one up for him so he could start doing good. And it brought the wrong crowd. So it brought the crowds that, like, people that were not straight,
Uh-huh.
And the cops came with them. Started watching it. They thought I was one of those guys. Came, arrested me, took my family, took my kids. And I started fighting it, 8 months in jail. I was facing deportation. Mira Loma, I fought that.
What year was this?
This would be, let's say I opened at 2006, maybe 2011, so around there.
Really?
Yeah.
How
So,
old were the kids?
3 years old, 2 years.
3 years old.
Yeah, we
Hold
never,
on. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, we never been separated. Like, they were my life. So we fought that, we fought that case, beat the case. DA sat me down, said, congratulations. I remember her words clearly. You guys beat the case. Congratulations, But
How long did the case take?
3 years,
2 years.
3,
3. How long were you locked up?
8 months.
8 months.
For
Tell me
medical
when,
marijuana, okay? My judge,
you're in the county at
yeah,
that
my
time.
lawyer, yeah, they locked me up, put a $1 million bail on me because they took my kids saying, oh, it was a child endangerment, which I hired someone, we beat the case. It's like, it's not child endangerment. He didn't do nothing wrong. We beat that case. They just built so many cases on me, and everything got beat.
Yeah.
The only way they got me is, look, 3 years later, we know you don't have money, okay? Congratulations, you beat the case, but we're going to give it to the feds. Or you could take a stupid slap in the hand and, like, a maintaining a house. I'm like, maintaining a house? Like, seriously, just give me my money back, give me my stuff back, let me move on with my life. They didn't even take my license or nothing. I still have it. And I had to take it. They were right. I had no money. I couldn't fight it. And the feds, they said the feds ain't playing around. So like, yeah, just give me a stupid deal. So they're crooked too. It's a crazy lifestyle.
So from that time, when you go through this, I mean, that's devastating for the family too.
Oh yeah, my wife almost left me. She stayed with me. That was crazy. Everyone was mad at me. They're still mad at me.
Take me to the time when you're in court and they say that you're going to go away. Do they take you right then, or do they have you go home first, and then, or do they take you right from court and they take you to the county?
It was interesting because I hired Allison Mongolian and her dad, Mongolian, and these are professional, marijuana lawyers, and they pumped me up. Oh, no one should ever do 1 day in jail. This, that. They made me believe I'm good. So we go to court, Mr. Kyuregyan, good to see you. I see that so-and-so judge wants to see you really bad. She has a $1 million bail on you. Grabbed me, took me. That was it. 8 months later.
When you walk into jail, is it, when you go into county, was it like anything that you had either seen or even thought that it was, or was it completely different?
I've been arrested for tickets.
Okay.
Parking tickets, driving without a license. I wasn't a good kid, I was always in trouble. But this was different. It was a waker upper. It was changed a lot. Too many people, too many innocent people, bad people. They're all mixed up, homeless. So basically, you're in a room like this, small room, and you got about 60 to 70 people in there. People are sleeping on the floor. They're on top of each other. It's really bad. All right, it's cold as hell. They give you clothes that doesn't fit you. Let's say you're wearing an extra large, they give you a medium. It's just bad. It's really bad. It is hell on earth.
Why? This is always I told you I have my daughter, so she's 17 years old. And so you always want to do the best for your kids and raise them in the greatest way and all this stuff. Your parents come over here. They're working hard. You're seeing the work ethic, all the things. What made you choose the street life, as you referred to it as? And you were talking about, you were doing into some other stuff. You've got parents that are loving you. You're seeing the hard work. You're seeing all the stuff. What made you choose it?
Growing up with the kids as friends. So you're growing up with, we were, I think, 6, 7 of us. Growing up with the kids, the fights, they wouldn't leave me alone. I looked for friends, Latinos and, black neighbors I had across the street, good people. And they always helped us out, really nice people. So we grew up together, and one kid said, oh, we should start our own gang, or we should, go over here, write on walls. And, now you're with them. Like, oh, let's go visit my aunt, and you become part of that. Next thing you know, you're always with them, and mom's complaining, dad's complaining, they're not doing nothing bad, mom. We're kids. We think we're smart. But we are doing bad things. We're not coming home. We're out on the streets, getting in trouble. So that's how I started. It's your crowd. That's why when my kids, I got them into cars right away.
Yeah.
The lower scene helped me build this 64, the black on black. All right, Dad, and he got into his cars. Now he's in the club. So everywhere we go together. It's funny because I'll take a step. He's standing next to me. He'll take a step with me. I take a step back. It's automatic. It's like a shadow. I'll take a step back. I'm like, wow, that's how close we are. You can feel the closeness. Without him, I probably can't do most of this stuff because he's there, his computer knowledge is, I'm not. He's just everything. He helps me out. My wife, she's amazing. She's the rock, for the house. Without her, I can't do all this stuff.
When did the
That's
car
why
club?
I feel
When did the car
blessed.
club stuff happen?
2000.
2000.
Yeah. Actually, sorry. 2020.
So
2020.
oh,
we
2020
started-
it
yeah,
did.
5
Okay.
years ago.
So
6
2011 is when the case happens, when you go away, right? How do you stay away from just getting angry and going down that hole? Because a lot of times a person will have something happen, like you have a license. The judge says, I'm pushing the license to the side, and then they convict you anyway. You got the attorneys that say you're not going to do any time. You go and do time. You go into an environment, 60 people in a small room, you're seeing these things happen. This is where a lot of times the story goes a different way. And the anger comes in, and then the person doubles down on the street life as you're talking about. But you seem to go the other way. You seem to almost amplify the love in your life. And now you sitting in front of me and us talking even before we started recording, you would never know that side because you're saying, I'm building a 63 rag right now. I can't wait to bless someone with it. You showed me your buddy burning out in his car that you built that it was his dream, and you stopped and gave it to him.
No, that's my brother Chris.
Yeah.
That's for him.
So, like, what was that turn? Why did you turn to love as opposed to? I mean, you're completely justified in just being angry and doubling down on that lifestyle.
I didn't want to turn the other way for a second, especially in jail. I was angry that I had to do jail time for feeding my family or keeping a roof over their head. Because people think, and they right away, oh, you're Russian mafia. I'm no Russian mafia. I'm just doing what you gave me the license for. You know, if you allow it, I'm going to do it. You know, especially if there's money to be made. It's like, you know, back in the day, gold rush. How many people went to Tucson, Arizona, looking for the dream, the gold? So if you give us a license and you say it's a gray area, we're going to ignore that gray area. So I'm sitting in jail, and my lawyer said, you're not supposed to sit in jail. So I'm angry, and the sheriff see it. They see that I'm angry, and they're like, it's okay. You know, this one cop, really cool. Like, you're going to leave. You know, it's like, don't worry, you're going to leave. I'm like, bro, I lost my house. I spent $300,000 in Partina, Northridge. You know, I've been paying, working. I took a loan. I even showed the judge the loan, $500,000 loan towards my house. Everything was gone. I was just still building cars, lowriders. I sold my 61. You know, you see trace of how I got this kind of money. It's not like it just came out of the air. They ignored everything. They took everything. You know, and I'm angry because it's like all I did was work. They allowed it. And now I'm in jail and with these thugs, criminals, you know. You see him tattooed in the face, and I'm talking to him. He's only 20 years old. He says, I'm washed up. What does that mean? Oh, I'm doing 25 years. The kid. My kid's that old right now, 20 years old. Like, wow, you know. I'm talking to my wife. We have no money. You know, my brother Chris is helping out. My brother John's helping out. A couple of my cousins here and there. You know, I'm going crazy in jail. Like, let me out. You feel like a bird in a cage. Yeah. Especially when you're out there, you're the bread. You know, you're bringing the bread. You're the money maker. And you're going crazy. Like, I need to get out there. My kids. All you think about is your kids. So I think that's what kept me not going that way. You know, my family. Tony, you're going to go home. You're going to see them. And then I'm I'm being released, and ICE grabs me, you know. Immigration grabs me. I'm like, 30 years there. Why are they grabbing me? You know? Long time ago, I bought an Impala, used car, you know, dealer plates on it. You know, I just bought it a week ago. We get pulled over. The cop searched the car. He doesn't have the right to search the car. He finds a used gun in there. Whose gun? I don't know. I just bought the damn car, you know. I get blamed for it. So go to jail, whatever. Come out, beat that case. You know, it's done with it, right? It's closed. So when I went to jail, they brought that back up. And they were trying to use that against me, too. I'm like, that's old. Like, you know, I had to fight that. That's why they were trying to deport me for the gun charge. So we opened the case, did my research. Again, I hired judges, lawyers that don't know what they're doing. So I'm stressing. You know, I talked to the DA, like, just give me anything as long as it's not deportable. I got kids here. My family's there. I got nobody out there. She's like, nah, we don't want people like you here in LA. I'm like, great. You know, she's Armenian too. Like, okay, whatever. You know, stressing big time. I think that's where all the white hair came. So I did my research. You know, my lawyer says, at least you didn't give him probable cause to search your car. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, yeah, you didn't give him permission. We have something. I'm like, you know, thought about that. Went to the dealer I bought the car from. I go, bro, how long do I have to drive the car around without the actual plates with your dealer? He's like, 2 months. Because I remember he said, I have probable cause. You don't have the right plates. I'm like, so this paper gives me right to drive the car? He's like, yeah. I took that to the judge, showed it to him, dropped the case.
Wow.
A week later, I was sliding up to the citizen. Now I'm a citizen, of course.
Really?
Yeah, now I'm a citizen. So, like.
So that happens. You get, you know, you beat the cases. You're out. Do you double down on the car side? I mean, are you starting to flip cars at this time and fix cars? Or are you just doing this simultaneously? Because when you come out of jail, like, they took everything.
Yeah.
They took your money. They took all those things. They don't return the money either, right?
No.
Okay, so they keep your money. Did you lose the house?
I lost the house in
You
14.
lost the house. This has got to be a strain on your marriage too.
Oh, yeah. It was
Super strain. You come out. Where do you live at this time?
We have a house. My wife has a house. It was her grandfather's
Okay.
house in Hollywood where I live now.
Mhm.
So when I did come back out, I still had a 51 Mercury.
Okay.
I had the Grand National I showed you. I had a couple of cars. So it was like either do I sell the Grand National or the Mercury? Now, in jail, that Grand National kept me strong. I can't wait to get out. I used to draw it and everything.
Was it done? Was the Grand National done?
No.
Okay. It was just
It was just a Grand National.
okay.
So I came out, I sold a Mercury right away. 18,000. This guy came.
How much did you have in it?
It was free. The
Okay.
reason why it was free, in Vegas, when I moved to Vegas, this lady had this Mercury there in the sun.
What year did you live in Vegas?
2002, 2003.
Really?
Yeah,
You know, I was there during that time.
Summerlin.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were in Henderson out there, on the other side.
I loved it. I loved it over there. So, anyways, she has this card sitting there, and I went and talked to her. Trying to remember her name. Anyways, we started talking. She's like, "This is my husband's car. He died. It means a lot to me, you know." I'm like, I build cars for a living. You know, I would have to take it to LA, give it to my painters there, this, that. And she's like, "How much you want?" I go, "I don't know. I'll find out." So she's like, "How much you want?" I go, "Paint $5,000, maybe upholstery, this, that. Give me like 10 grand." I tell her. She gives me a check for 10,000. I have a tow truck. I put it on the tow truck, take it to LA. We'll fix this thing up within 3 months. I call her, no answer. What the hell? Why isn't she picking up? Call her again, no answer, no answer, no answer. So I drive all the way to Vegas. Maxine, that's her name, Maxine. I drive to her house. She moved. She's not there, nothing. No trace, whatever. So I'm looking for Maxine. Can never find her. So the car stayed. I kept it for 3 years. One day she'll come, you know, I'll find her. I didn't get rid of it. I kept it for her. And she never appeared. I can't find her. So it's like, right. When I came out of jail, I was like, dude, I need money so bad. That's the only thing. We almost lost this house too.
Yeah.
So it's like, sell it. 18,000, whatever they gave me, it was cheap, dirt cheap. No, 51 Mercury.
Yeah.
So the first guy, is this for real? I'm like, bro, I need money right now. If you're serious, come take it, you know? He comes, original skirts on it, big white walls on it, gorgeous. Just painted, new interior, kind of like your interior on that 63.
Yeah.
Gray suede, I had it like that. And he falls in love. It's like, he doesn't have the money. He's like, we're going from bank to bank. I'm like, you go. He's like, no, you're going with me so you don't sell this car. You start dragging me to this bank, that bank. We take out $18,000. He takes the car home. And that, I give it to wife, take care of all the bills.
Okay.
Sure we're okay. That went quick.
Did you start on the Grand National at that time?
The Grand National was a slow project.
Okay.
Like, it took me 5 years.
Yeah.
Little bit here, little bit there. Engine kept on blowing because I would step on it.
How do you find them? How do you find the cars? Because we were talking about it where you said that you got the 64, which is, I mean, I'm going to post the pictures of these things because they're unreal. The work that you have done is unbelievable. Like, just, I mean, but you were talking about you buy like a 64 and then you buy another 64 and then you find a couple of pieces from the ones and then you put them together and then you build this amazing vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, I find them through word of mouth. How did I find this one? I remember I saw an ad, and this guy was selling a 1960 Impala.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, Chris, I don't know what this, my son, Chris, I don't know what a 60 looks like. Let's go check it out. Like, let's just go see it. He's like, all right, Dad. So we contact Paul. His name's Paul. He's still a friend of mine. And he's like, yeah, come down, you know, Huntington Park. Okay. We go down to Huntington Park, and he's not even home. Like, this guy, you know. And I call him. He's like, yeah, I'll be right there. I'm coming. Next thing I know, this beautiful red Impala convertible turns a corner really hard. And he wants to make sure I see it real hard turning. And I look at him like, wow. You know, I've never seen one. So I'm like, Paul, what's up? You know, like, I want the car. He's like, I need $40,000. I don't have $40,000. He's like, well, you know. I'm like, all right. So I go and talk to Chris, my brother that I lost. I go, Chris, there's this car for 40 grand. I have to have it. I think we can make some money on it. I was like, well, let's go get it, and he just had pulled a loan on his house. Like, I have some money. We could do it. So he helps me get this car. So that was that was my second convertible Impala. My first one was a black on black 61. So that was my second one, and fixed it up, sold it, made 30,000 on it, about that much, and went and bought that black 64. The one I just showed you, junk, just the frame. Same guy. Paul has like a bunch of cars. So I had to buy that car. I had to buy the Lincoln, which I didn't want. I knew it was a headache, but it was a convertible Lincoln, Continental. I was like, okay, just to buy Chris's car, which is that 62 Impala SS, I had to buy those two other ones, and I didn't want the headache.
So the 62, take me to the 62 when you guys got it. When you got it at first, that was Chris's dream car. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, 62. So he wanted that car. You guys get it. What condition do you get it in?
Good condition.
Good condition.
That car was garage kept.
Okay.
For over 8 years.
But it wasn't in the condition that it was when you gave it away.
No.
Close.
No. The engine was bad. We had to change the engine, put a 5.7 engine, built the engine, polish engine, chrome, put full injection. Transmission had to go. We did that. Paint was fair. It was the same paint on it.
Okay.
Chromes were good. Interior was good. Just basically tighten up the bottom suspension, just that, make the car run. That's how we really did to it.
Yeah.
Put a sound system. Everything else was there. The car was clean car. That's why I kept on mentioning this car's clean, never been taken apart.
How long did you have it? How long did you guys have it? No, Chris, when did Chris pass away?
Chris passed away 2000, October 16.
2020?
Yeah. 2025.
2025. So this was just recent.
Yeah. His birthday is October 6th.
And Chris is your younger brother.
Older. And he passed away 6 days after his birthday.
How did he pass?
Cancer.
What kind?
Very rare cancer. They say you get by breeding. So he started on his nose and traveled, and I don't even know what it's called. But
from diagnosis to him passing away, how long was the process?
2 months.
What? So you didn't really have...
He didn't have a fighting chance. Once he started chemo, it was over.
It was done. In those 2 months, what did you, were you just spending as much time with him as possible? Were you guys just...
Yeah, it was me and him were real close. Every day we were together. It was like my crimey,
Yeah.
my partner in crimey. Everything I did, he was involved. Everything he did, I got involved. It was really hard. Because when he did pass away, he still had a heartbeat. They were trying to bring him back. I stopped it because I know it's just going to happen. It's going to have to go through this again.
Yeah.
So I told the nurse, just stop. I saw him in pain when they were trying to, do the CPR, whatever it's called. I saw his legs like curled up. I go, you're hurting him. Stop right there. Like, he still has a heartbeat. Doesn't matter. You couldn't help him then. You're not going to be able to help him when he comes back. Because we were waiting for them to do a surgery, stop the bleeding, because he was constantly bleeding, basically bled to death. So I had to make that move. And it still haunts me every day. That haunts me. That I did it so he doesn't be in pain. Mm-hmm. So that was the hardest thing.
Take us to the giveaway too, because I think a lot of times people see the giveaway, which when I first saw it, right? I first see it, all I'm thinking is forgive me, Tony, the materialistic, oh my gosh, it's a 62, it's a convertible, this thing is clean, I can't believe, what is up with this dude? But the story behind it is more important than anything. Where, again, I was looking at the surface. I was looking at, I want the car. I want to buy a raffle ticket. I've never heard of a raffle ticket for a 62, convertible that looks like that's there. Take us through the process of this and how you, even came up with the concept to do it.
I just seen it everywhere. Like, people were doing it, right? And they were doing it for like a business. They'll buy it and raffle it, make extra money on it, whatever. And one day I go, I'm going to try it. I had a Cadillac. My first raffle was a 10 on 10, 92 Cadillac. So I'm going to try it, see how it is. I end up, breaking even.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. I probably lost a 2,000, but I didn't care.
So with the Cadillac, how'd you do the raffle? What'd you set? How many raffle spots were there?
I
And
did 200 spots.
200 spots, and they cost how much?
$100 a spot, I think. It was about
Okay, so there was, you said how many spots?
200, so
200.
20,000.
So 20,000. Okay.
Yeah, which cars were 25.
Yeah, okay.
So we started on that, and it did good. It was like, wow, I could do this. This is fun. And when I did give it away, the guy was so happy. He brought joy. He brought my joy to me. Like, wow, I just blessed this guy. He told me I couldn't afford this car. Without you, I'll never have this car. And he was so happy.
Did it take you back? Did that feeling take you back? Or had you been blessing people all the way through these processes?
It took me back. It took me back. It took me back. I was like, wow.
Had you forgot about that feeling for a while?
Yeah, I was more
Did the anger
I
and
was
the
still
hurt?
hurt. Yeah.
Okay.
All the things I went through in my life, growing up, being stabbed, being beat up, starting a medical marijuana business, being arrested, being taken away from my kids when we've never been separated. Wife's mad at me. She's threatening, that we might get divorced, and I don't know what to do. I'm in jail. Bills are piling up on her. I'm going crazy. All these things in my mind. There was times where I just wanted to hurt the sheriffs, but it's not their fault. They're just doing their job. I'm going to court and the judge saying, come back next month. It's like, dude, what do you mean come back next month? Just get this shit over. Or tell me what I have to do. Why come back? Let me go home. No, you're a flight risk. For what? Why am I a flight risk? My family's here. You just took my business away. I still got a home I'm trying to save, which I lost because of them. I felt the justice system is not fair. Yeah. And I found out in San Fernando court, that's where I was at, it's 99.9% convictions. So basically, they do anything in their power to put you away. That's San Fernando court, and Van Nuys is doing the same. It's just tough. It's not fair, especially when, you're giving people license to do this. Yeah. And then now you're putting them away. It's like, why are you giving them a license? Why is there a gray area? Either we could do it, here you go, make some money, take care of your family, pay your taxes. Be a good guy, be a good citizen. And then you do that, and now you're in jail, and you're wondering what you did wrong. And everything I'm thinking about is like, I did everything. I paid taxes, I donated money, especially to the fire department, the police department. Every week I was getting about $200, $100 here, $100 there, every week. I was, here you go, it's the fire department. How can you not? The police department, they're cool. Give it to them. So every time they would call me, yeah, come pick up money. I didn't mind. And I'm paying my taxes. I'm legit. I have my paper. I still have my PICO licenses. And then you go to jail for this. I was angry. I think people knew that it was always out of my way. Uh-huh. I was very angry because you're hurt. If you know you did something wrong, I hurt somebody, I'm in jail for it, or I stole somebody's money or something, I'm in jail, then you accept that. You're not so angry. You know you effed up, you messed up. But when you haven't, and you're just doing your best, you're paying your taxes, you're following the rules, you're signing up with them, they know where you're at, you're not 1,000 feet away from school, you're not next to a school or church. Everything they want, you do. But yet you're in a gray area. And you don't understand what is this gray area until they come and take you away for something stupid, like, medical marijuana. Yeah. And today everybody has it. Everybody's doing it. And you're wondering, why did I have to lose my house? Or why did I have to lose everything I've done? And why did I have to be separated from my kids? Why did I have to take my kids away and I had to fight for it? I was doing good. What did I do wrong? Nothing. Just part of life. Made me stronger, made me appreciate life much more. And I feel like that's why I want to give cars away to people that cannot afford it. A rich people could, a rich person could come and just say, here's your money, bro. And it doesn't mean nothing to them because they have the money. They just buy it, go break it, and who cares? They buy another one. But when some guy is, putting $200 or $100 for a chance of winning that car, and he does win. You saw the guy that won, handicapped. Yeah. Awesome guy, really nice guy. And he tells me, T, when I heard that I won it, my brothers called me like, hey, you better check your Instagram. Did you see what happened? They didn't know he won the Impala. They said, I think you won something because it was I blessed first, second, third, and fourth place.
Yeah.
I wanted to give some money for the holidays, but it dragged on. The numbers were hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
So he's like, I thought I won money, maybe like fourth place, third place. And then when I saw it was my number and I won the Impala, he goes, ever since the accident, I never felt my legs. They started shaking. Like, are you serious? Like, bro, my legs started shaking. I go, maybe it's a sign. You need to get up and drive. That's what make me happy. Seeing you drive this car. If you're gonna park it and just look at it every day and you can't enjoy it, just like let me know. I'll come pick it up. I'll buy it from you.
Yeah.
And maybe bless somebody that could enjoy it. That's what I want. I want somebody to enjoy it because that's what Chris would want.
Yeah. Well, that first, you go to that first raffle, you see, it almost is, if you look at it from this side, it's like you have all this pain, this anger, this you're going through, and then God almost says, "Hey, Tony, I want to give this love and this spark back to you. You get that spark back from that first raffle, right? But this raffle with the 62 is a little bit different.
It's a lot
This
different.
one is a lot,
It's a lot
right?
different.
Because it's an eternal struggle for you. There's some challenges. It's not just, hey, I've got this beautiful 62 and I'm going to go bless someone with it. There's a lot of sides. There's a lot of views on this.
Yeah, it's like everybody knows. It's my brother. I kept on telling people, this car is special. It means a lot to me. The only reason why I gave it away is I couldn't look at it. Like every time I looked at it, it was like, I wanted Chris. I just want my brother back. Because like I said, me and him grew up together. My older brother got married young age. He moved to Orange County over here by Oceanside. And it was me and Chris. So we always grew up together. It was my guardian angel. I was his. And no matter what happened, we're always together. So now I look at this car in my garage, and it's like every morning, it's like, damn, it just kept on hurting me. And
How long after he passed, did you start to, because at first, say when I lost my pop, I believe it was, I think it's 4 years ago. There's things that you have, mementos that you have that you just don't move. It's almost like if they had a plate and it was sitting in your room, you don't move it just for the reverence part of it for a little bit. And then there's a part that you start to work through that grief and you start to say, okay, now it's time to be able to move. When he passes, is the car already did you already have the car at your house before he passed?
No.
So
it was at his house.
Okay, it's at his house. Then it comes to your house. How long do you have it? Are you driving around in it or anything like that till you start to go through this process of this one will be the next auction item? Because I don't think that was the thought when you first got the car.
Not at all. I didn't want to give it away at all. I bought it to save it. It was like, I'm going to save this car. I want to fix it up for him. All these thoughts were in my head, and I did want to fix it up. But, I took it out a couple of times, drove it. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. But it's not the same. It feels like that's not your car.
Well, you bought that car, the 62. Yeah. What year did you buy it?
We bought that car, I'd say about 4 years ago.
So like 2021,
yeah.
Somewhere around there. So, you and Chris, you guys get to enjoy it. It's his dream car. You guys are, it's a favorite car of his.
Yeah, at the time he has his Chevelle. I mean, he's just like me. He loves buying cars and fixing them up. But he saw the Impala and he's like, I want it. Like that was his first words. And he put the Chevelle away, he put everything away, and it was him and that Impala all the time. So that's what made me realize, like, dude, this is not your car. This is Chris's car. Like, you can't keep this car. It's not the thing to do. Like, I have my own cars. And when I drive my 64, I feel better. I feel like, I built that car for me. And I did. And my friend Tony comes with, all this massive amount of money, doesn't let me drive it. Like, I'm taking it. I'm like, no, you're not. Yes, I am. He's like, it's your car. I just want to drive it. I'm like, as long as you give me permission to drive, we're good. And he does. He holds his word, and
That's the guy in San Diego, right?
Yeah, it's here now, but he lets me drive it more than he drives it. And he doesn't even know how to fix it. So he's always calling me, Tony, I have this problem. And the car's always giving him problems. And every time I drive it, it's perfect, you know? So I'm like, I don't think this car likes you, Tony, you know? So there was a time where he was like, just give this away too, you know? Like, I want the 63. He knows what I'm building. I'm like, no, I'm not going to give you my 63 because I'm going to be building it all the time again. I'm going, same problems.
Don't give that one away. Please. I mean, I know you're a great guy. Don't give that one away because I want to come up to LA. I want to come and enjoy that one. I've never driven a 63 convertible because it's a convertible too.
It is a convertible
that you're doing. I've never done that. I've got you saw the 4-door hardtop downstairs. And that one is, I think the reason why I connected with you too, man, is because for me, cars have always been a connection point. Not just about a car. My pops raised me on them, and then I was telling you about this car downstairs, which is a 63. It had 86,000 original miles on it. We bought it when it was from the original owner. My dad bought it for $1,400 that he didn't have at the time because he was supposed to buy a work truck, and he forewent the work truck to be able to buy me that, and I already had a 79 Dodge Colt. And I sold the Colt for the same amount that Impala. So I sold the Dodge Colt 79 little piece of garbage for $1,400, gave my dad the $1,400 back for the Impala. I still have it to this day. But the reason why I have it is not because I see this value. I see the value because it's me and my dad. It's me and my pop. Yeah. You know what I mean? That 62 was you and your bro.
Yeah.
That was you and Chris.
It was, and it wasn't because we didn't build it. We just did the engine, transmission. Like I said, brand new engine, brand new transmission. But when you built the car from scratch up, like the 64, I built that with my older brother, John, and my son, Chris. So every time I see that 64, I built it for us. So that one has a lot more for me.
Okay.
You know, like people ask me about, hey, what's up with the 64? I wanted to give it away, but I can't because that is built and Tony's enjoying it, my good friend. And I love that car. Like, truly love the 64.
That 64 is unreal, too.
It is.
Take me back to the 62, though. You're driving. How long after Chris passes and you're driving or you have it at the house or whatever it is, do you have this excuse the terminology, but you have this crazy-ass idea to give the car away?
It's crazy. It is crazy.
And what opposition did you have? Or was everyone like, yay, Tony, you're doing the right thing, give away the 62?
No, it wasn't like that. It was more like, were you crazy? Are you crazy? That's Chris's car, And I told my older brother, John, I told his son, Jack, you guys want, you can keep it. I'm more than willing to help you fix it if you need it, or you want to keep it, fix it up to my brother John, because he's the man. He knows how to fix cars. And at the time, I guess nobody could afford it. And I told him, I feel like I need to give this car away. Like, it's bothering me. It's deep down inside of me. It's driving me crazy. Like, someone or something's telling me, you need to give this car away. It doesn't belong to you. And it took me 2 to 3 weeks of that nightmare of, you got to give it away. It's hard feeling. Like, you need to give this car away. I'm like, I don't want to. This is my baby. This is Chris's car. Like, I remember how much I had to go through just to buy it. Like, I had to be friends with Paul for 3 years to convince him. Like, Paul, dude, you got to sell this car. My brother wants it. No way, I'm never selling this car. And then eventually he comes to me and makes that deal. You got to buy the Lincoln and the beat-up 64 that's just, the body. You got to buy that to buy the 62. I'm like, no way, I can't afford all this. That's the deal. I'm going through a divorce. I need the money. If you want to do it. So I go tell Chris, hey, Chris, remember that 62? He's like, yeah. You're going to have to pay for that. And I have to buy the 64 and the Lincoln, just so we could buy this car. He's like, I'm down. You sure? Yeah, I'm down. So we go there 2 to 3 times and he doesn't buy it. Like, I don't know, Chris. I don't know, Tony. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, this is the one you want. This is what you've been asking for. Like, I feel like he's asking too much money. It was $50,000. Like, bro, the car's worth at least $80 right now. Back in those days, I go, this car's worth some money. Like, all right, finally he decides to buy it. And as he's driving it home, my son Chris goes with him, and he keeps on mentioning to Chris, like, hey, your dad did good. Your dad did good. I love this car. He really came up. He helped me out, you know. So he fell in love with the car right there and then. And he got sick. You know, started getting sick. He didn't enjoy it. More than maybe a year or two, he was able to drive it. And the car gave him problems. The engine, we had to change it. That's when we put a new engine in there. And he was always working on it. You know, I kind of felt like a stupid car. You know, he wants to enjoy it. Let him enjoy it. He didn't get to enjoy it like I wanted him to enjoy it. So when I got my hands on it, you know, I had to come up with some money I didn't have. I sold my dually truck, a beautiful truck, to be able to buy that. You know, I sold the truck, went and gave Amy some money for it. And it was hard for her to let it go too. She was crying, so keep it as long as you want. You know, meanwhile, the cats are peeing on the rims are going rusted, and all kinds of problems. You know, hydraulics are not working. The car don't want to start. Finally, we get it going, and I bring it home. I probably drove that car 4 or 5 times to realize that this is not for you. This ain't your car. It just hit me every time I drove. It's like, this is not your car. You know, it was like, would you give this car away to have Chris back? Yeah, I'll give everything I have away. You know, just to have my brother next to me. I love the guy. He was my best friend. You know, and one night I felt like, something came over me, like, you need to give this car away. Bad. Like, something just hit me. And I woke up, like, to my son, Chris, hey, we're going to give the 62 away. He's like, what? Why? That's Uncle Chris's car. You can't give it away. And something's telling me to give it away, bro. We got to do it. Like, are you crazy? You know, so I called John. You guys want the car? Because I'm going to give it away. Yeah, what do you mean you're going to give it? Like, you know, all this problem. But at the end, it's like my decision was to give it away. And everybody on Instagram, like, are you serious? Like, is this real?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's real. You know, I can't have it. It's not for me. I could have sold it. I told him, which is true. I would have sold it for way more than I gave it away. You know, but
what was the value of it when? What's the value of it today?
Right now, it actually going back up on the SS. You probably could get 130, 136 for that car.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going up.
Well, it's amazing because growing up on cars, we would always talk about this, where generally the person that is going to pay 136, 120, 136, wherever it's going to be, that person wants to come in and just snatch it, and then a lot of times they don't enjoy it. What you were talking about earlier,
Exactly.
right? You said this to me downstairs, which was so profound, and literally, like, I'll take this with me forever. I almost cried this morning in the basement, and I showed you my 63, and then I told you about something on the door, and you said, in not so many words, change the story that you're telling yourself. The story that you're telling yourself is you could just see the little mark on the door, but enjoy this thing because, enjoy it. And because most of the time people work on them so much that they never take the time to actually enjoy the product.
Exactly. That's where the word comes in, the money pit, right? The money pit. Why did they say it's a money pit? Because people get the car and they want it perfect. So they keep on putting money. The paint didn't come out good. I had to paint it again. The engine doesn't sound right. It works, it drives, but I had to build the engine again. So you're just constantly putting money into this car, years and years of, you could have put that money into enjoying your life. Go on a vacation, buy a property, rent it out, let it make you money. Instead, you're worried about making this car so perfect. By the time you get it perfect, you're already so old. You don't even want to drive that. You want to drive a new car, sit in there, heated seats, air-conditioned seat, whatever. Let's say it's a Tesla. You know what? Drive me to Mexico or drive me wherever I want to go. They'll even drive you. You don't want to look at this car. This car doesn't want to start. It's carbureted. By the time it starts, it gives you hell. So if you have it, don't be picky. Enjoy it. It's a little chip. It's a little paint. Nobody's going to see it but you.
Yeah.
You're the only one that's going to see it because it's there. Everybody else is going to look at it and say, wow, that's a beautiful car. If I was like that on that 64, when I was building the 64, brand new paint chip here and there because I'm putting an engine, whatever, I just touched it up. Like, I'm not going to take it back to the paint shop.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wait another year or 6 months or whatever it is. I'm going to fix it up. I'm going to go out there and enjoy it. And, you know, it's not perfect, but it is to me. Because when I drive it, I feel like I'm 20. I feel like I built the right car. I enjoy every minute, every second of it. Because that was built for me. You know, like that's what I'm telling you with you. It's your dad's car. He gave it to you to enjoy it. He didn't give it to you so you could keep on putting money into it.
Mm. What's your take on the hydraulic side? Now, as a kid, I always wanted to have hydraulics. This was when I was 16. I didn't know anything about it, and also the technology wasn't there. My dad had a lot of opposition towards it because he was talking about the bending of the frame or the, you know, different things like that. And the cutting of the frame or the cutting of the car. Mm-hmm. He was a purist when he was coming to this. Nowadays, technology is a little bit different. Are you a hydraulic yes or a hydraulic no?
Depends on the car. If it's a lowrider, then it's going to be a lowrider.
Okay.
He needs to have his hydraulics. I love hydraulics. The reason why I love hydraulics, you get to play with it. Some guy pulls up next to you with hydraulics, hits switches on you, you could hit switches back. Not just sit there and be like, asshole. So I love hydraulics. It's a lot of fun, especially if you build it right. You got to build a frame. You got to make sure the frame's supported. You got to build the body so it doesn't tweak on you. It's very expensive, but it's fun.
What about the airbags?
Airbags is boring.
Okay.
Yeah, airbags, it's a no-no. Definitely no. You got to have the hydraulics. You could do a nice lay and play. Like the 62 was a lay and play. Example is lay and play is 4 batteries.
Okay.
2 pumps. Front, back, goes up and down. Lay it the way you want it. Lift it up and go play. Come back, put it the way you want it. That's lay and play. It doesn't hurt the car.
Okay.
True, it's cut. I mean, you do have to make a couple of holes on the body, but it makes the car that much better.
Okay.
Makes it beautiful.
How about the ride?
The ride is more of a little bounce.
Yeah.
You know, you get to learn to love that bounce.
What about freeway?
Perfect.
Perfect on the freeway.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
As long as you don't put 12, 14 batteries like this guy's doing.
Yeah.
Hop it and break the car.
Yeah.
They hop it. When I say they hop it, today's technology, you're looking at the front end of the car going up 10 feet, 6 feet.
I ain't trying to do
You're
that.
like, whoa, that's a beautiful car. What are you doing? It's just bouncing and bouncing.
Yeah.
And they break it. Eventually, that car's going to get broken.
Okay.
So, yeah, lay and play is cool.
When you did the 62, how many raffle spots and what denomination did you do them for?
I did 800 spots.
800 spots.
800 spots. Out of the 800, I think I gave 100 away.
Got it. So 700.
Yeah. So, and I did at $199, cheaper than anybody could imagine. I could have said $250, but
So someone won that car for $199.
exactly.
I mean, obviously they're going to buy more tickets than one.
Well, he played everything I did. On top of that, I was doing the mini raffles.
Yeah.
The mini raffles are basically you get numbers.
Yeah.
You know, you pay, let's say, $20, and if that number hits, you get 10 numbers, which comes out to what? $2,000 worth of numbers.
Yes.
So he played and won most of those mini raffles. I was like,
Wow.
wow. You know, I already had a feeling like this guy's all over my board, you know, like this guy's lucky because every time he played, he won numbers. And I'm like, interesting. Of course, I don't favor nobody. I just say it's in God's hand. Whoever
I wanted
God
you to
takes.
favor me, Tony. I was like, man, Tony needs to help. But you had so many offers like that of people just saying, hey, I'm going to give you money. Yeah. That brought you back. Do you think that it was mom's voice, dad's voice? Do you think it was God's voice that was just like, Tony, you can't do that?
No, none of that. It was just me.
Just you.
Just the way I am. I can't,
awesome, man.
can't do it.
You're giving away something today. You're on your way back to Hollywood today. You got to be back there by noon, so we got to get you back there by noon.
Yeah.
And what are you doing a raffle today?
Yeah, well, we're giving away a Mini for the 95 Cadillac program. So
Okay.
we did the Mini. It's filled up. It's ready to go. So we're going to give 5 people 10 numbers. So we're going to put 50 numbers on the main, and Saturday we'll give that car away too.
And what car is that? Tell me that one.
Burgundy Cadillac, burgundy on burgundy. It's beautiful. It's 4-door Cadillac, big body it's called.
Yeah.
They come with the LT1 Corvette engines. It drives amazing. AC, heated seats. It's a gorgeous car, gorgeous car.
Did you build this one?
No.
No.
I got this from Vegas. Some guy called me. He's like, bro, I need help. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, trying to sell my Cadillac. I see you doing giveaways. Maybe you could help me give this car away. I'm like, well, how much you need and what do you need it for? Why are you selling it? Like, I'm a truck driver. My truck got impounded. I need $7,000. I'm like, bro, your car's worth more than $7,000. They're like, bro, if you buy this car right now, I don't care what you do with it. I'm like, well, I ain't driving to Vegas. If you bring it here, I'll look at it, I'll buy it. It's like, if you give me your word, I'll buy it. I go, is it what you're telling me? Is it clean? Is it exactly what you're saying? Or I got to worry about rust? Because most of these cars come from East Coast now. The frame's gone.
Yeah.
All rusted underneath. It's junk. He goes, there's no rust. It's clean. I go, if you say what it is, bring it down and I'll buy it. He brought it down, looked underneath, clean. Engine's running, AC is beautiful, Nice sound system. I go, you really need $7,000? I'll give you 6. Like, no, I need 7. All right, give him $7,000, take it. So that's why I'm able to do those $20 minis, and I know I could sell it again for more, but just give it to somebody. Someone out there wants this car and he can't afford it. I know I'm gonna make his day, So it's like it's harder to do the mini and the raffle than to just post it and sell it.
Yeah.
But it's not the same because the guy that comes to buy it, he's like, I have money. You're supposed to bow down to me so I could buy your car. I don't like that. I don't care about that. I know you have money, but I have the car. So to me is, I got the car. You want it? You got to come up with the money. So it's this fight goes on, right? Like, who's the tough guy, I got money, I'll give you $6,000 or I'll give you $5,000, lowballs you, pisses you off. And you're like, no, man, I know what my car is worth. But when you do the giveaways, right, and this one guy wins it for $100, and he comes, he's like, I can't believe I won this car, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I feel like he's blessing you. Yeah. I love what you do. They just keep on constantly saying, keep on doing what you're doing. You're the best. I love what you're doing. And, thank you. And that makes me feel good. And then all the Zells. I got so many Zells, they froze my bank account and kicked me out of my bank. So I'm like, it brought me back to the, marijuana days. Like, hey, you give me Zell to work. When am I supposed to drive to New Mexico? I got people, sending me Zell from New Mexico, Texas.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that what it's for? So why are you kicking me out? Ain't no fraud being committed. Oh, we're scared. What if it is? What do you mean, what if? It's Zell. You can see who's sending you money, where is it coming from, and where it's going to your bank account. If they're not buying drugs from Texas to LA, I can't do that. Like, what are you guys thinking, So they kicked me out. I had to go open a new bank account. Now I want to send money. Like, I want to buy, a part for a car, like the 63. I'm building my 63. I'm buying parts. Every time I want to send the guy money or upholstery for the Cadillac, I got to call Zelle. I got to call my bank. They're supposed to give me permission to send my own money to somebody else. And I'm telling them, look, I have a large amount of money in there. Like, I'm not even taking 1% to get. Like, what are you doing holding my money? It doesn't make sense. The government just wants to know exactly what you're doing. They're controlling us. And I feel like we're being controlled every day. It's like you're paying taxes. And today I'm driving on the freeway. It's like pothole after pothole. It's crazy. Like, dude, fix the streets.
Yeah.
And you're watching news. Ukraine got so many billions of dollars. And Governor Newsom gave his wife so much money. It's like, really? There's people out there hungry. They might have a roof over there. They're paying the taxes, but when we go out on the streets, you see homeless people having a hard time. You see the roads are messed up, and yet you want to raise the gas price and you want to tax us on mileage. Like, I give props to the middle class because we the ones that are keeping this country running. Yeah. Without the middle class, ain't nobody going to give you guys money. Who you think the poor is going to give you money or the rich? They're rich because they don't want to give money. They don't spend money like the middle class would. They spend it on their girlfriends, their wives, their kids, whatever it is. The middle class works to make sure the family's happy. You know what I'm saying? So I give props to those truck drivers, those hard workers, the construction people, the nurses that help people. Like, everybody out there, I have so much love. Like, the people that support me, I don't feel like they're, just somebody that's buying tickets. I feel like I'm part of their family or they're part of my family. Every time I talk to them, it's like you can see the love I have for them.
Are all these notifications people buying tickets right now?
It's probably just text. Yeah,
Yes,
text.
there is.
Yeah.
So as you
And
go
a
to
lot
it,
of notifications.
Well,
They want numbers.
you seem like you're a person who is always growing and, like building. Like, and I see so much. It's amazing for me today. This is super special because it reminds me of my pop, right? And so my pop, when he started off, he couldn't afford the type of cars that he wanted, but he knew how to fix them. So he would get a car, fix it up, sell it to somebody, then get a better car, and then work through the thing. As you go through, and you're doing some of the most elite cars and you're giving them away. Is there thoughts in Tony's head of, I would ultimately love to give this thing away? Is that where your head is going?
Sometimes.
With what? So if you could give away anything, if you could do this with anything, what would it be?
If I could give it away,
Mhm.
just a regular car.
Okay.
Someone that can use it to go to work and back every day.
Really?
And my goal is to be able to buy like let's say a minivan or something nice, that someone cannot afford, and give that away. That would be the ultimate. But right now I can't afford it. So it's like I gotta get rid of all these cars I built up.
Yeah.
So one day I could maybe walk into a Cadillac dealer and just buy a regular nice Cadillac or a minivan Chrysler or something and say, all right, some lucky person is gonna be able to have this car to go to work and take their family out, whatever it is. Everyday drive and enjoy this, Because the lowrider is a weekend toy. It's a toy.
Yeah.
No matter what, you're not going to be able to go to work and back with that. It's going to cause you problems or they're going to steal it. So my goal would be to be able to give somebody like an Escalade, an ultimate Cadillac, fix it up, nice rims, and be like, whoever wins it, it's yours. We're going to give away, the next one I'm giving away is another cycle thing I'm doing. Is that Harley Davidson, the
Oh my gosh, I
2013.
saw that one.
That Harley Davidson plus a lowrider.
Really? Which lowrider are you giving with that one?
It's a 96 and it's a 96 Cadillac, 4-door big body, silver with the blue top, blue booty kit, like fully done up, fully gorgeous. Like this thing is nice. I just bought it and I noticed that the whole undercarriage, the bearings are gone, A-arms are messed up, so I'm putting another thousand something on it, make sure it's safe. Because I was driving home, only one brake was holding, and it was sliding. Every time I hit a brake, I almost crashed.
Really?
Like 2 times getting home. So I'm not going to give this car away like this.
No.
It needs to be perfect.
Well, that motorcycle too. So, seeing that motorcycle is, I've never seen anything like it.
I never.
It's not
either.
even a motorcycle. That's not even a motorcycle. That's
not.
that's the future. That's incredible. What do you want your kids to like? If your kids had to explain you, so Tony's gone, like he moves on, is in heaven. What do you want your kids to say about you?
He was amazing. He was amazing. I want, and not just my kids, everybody, all my friends. I don't want people to be talking bad about me. That's why I don't screw people over. That's why when I keep my word, like even at the last minute when my brother John made me feel like I'm doing the wrong thing, like giving my brother's car away. It's like I told him, John, don't make me feel guilty because this is what deep down inside me said I need to do. So I don't know what it is, why I got the feelings that I need to give this car away, but that's the feelings I get, and I always follow my feelings, whether it's right, wrong. That's what I have to do. I follow my feelings. They always say, hey, follow your feelings, So when I get that feeling and it's not leaving me alone for over a week, I feel like I have to do it. So I do it, and I keep my word. I thought the bank was going to hold all that money, that I made on the Impala, that I'm going to give Amy, his wife, some money out of there, get my money that I invested in it. It's not everything. The 3 other family that I told them I'm going to help you out for Christmas, the $1,000 I already gave yesterday, $2,000 to the 3rd place, and then 2nd place, I gave him $1,000. I still owe him $2,000, but the bank doesn't let me pay him. Every time I want to pay him, I got to call them, and it's crazy. Stupid banks. Anyways, so
what would you say? What would you say to the person that? Because I think you hear it a lot. Like, when I have it, then I'll give, as opposed to the principle that we hear. It's a principle that I learned from the Word was, the people who had a lot and gave a little bit was different from the lady who had nothing and gave everything she had.
Yeah.
That was more valuable right? What do you say to that person that is like, you know what, Tony, this sounds good, but I'm struggling right now, struggling to make ends meet. You're talking about giving stuff away. You're talking about blessing people, things like that. I, I don't have the means to be able to do that, but it seems like through the process of every step of the way, you were constantly, even when you didn't have it, you didn't have the $50 to buy the car that you bought at the auction, that you got from your pop, that you gave to your mom. You didn't have the $50.
No.
You went and found it to be able to bless.
Yeah, I was 13 years old.
What do you say to that person that says, I'll give when I have?
I think the guy that says I'll give it to you when I have it is actually the smart way of doing it. Because if you don't have it, you need to worry about yourself first. Make sure you're okay. Because, if you just constantly give everything you got, you're going to be where somebody's going to have to help you now. Yeah. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to make sure you're okay. You want to make sure you're blessed, and you could do that. If you could do it, then, yeah, I recommend everybody to help each other out because it's tough times. It's hard times. We don't know what's going on. But if you can't do it, then you need to stop, think about what you have to do to make sure you're okay, your family's okay. You don't want to just give away, and then next thing you know, you need help.
Yeah.
So this it's nice to give things away, but you have to be able to do it. Right? It's like saying, okay, yeah, you come take my clothes, take my shoes, take my house. You can't just give. You have to be able to do that. On this car, especially this car, I felt like I could do it. And then the ones I'm doing now, I make sure I get my money back, so I could get another one and keep on doing it. But if you can't get your money back out of it, eventually you're not going to be able to bless nobody, including yourself. So you got to look at it as you're helping someone, but you also got to get your money back. And if you do make $1,000 or $2,000 on it, that's even more of a blessing because you could take the wife and the kids out, go eat something, take them to dinner, make sure they're happy. Because she looks, especially on this giving the money away to the second, third, and fourth place, she looked at me like, didn't you do this to be able to help out Amy? And, that was for them, I'm like, yeah, babe, but, it was holidays. I wanted to help more than just Amy, It's like blessings for everybody. Like, if I could do it, why not? It's their money. It is their money after all because they're the one buying the tickets and, they're helping me out. So if I could help them back, why not? Let's just do it this one time. So we did it. And today, I'm in trouble with the bank because of all these transactions. It was yesterday. I'm like, I'm never doing this again. I'm not going to do this. This is too much.
Until next time, Tony. But this one, if you answer it, you might, it won't harm you, but I'm going to ask you to answer this one. To all the people that are building the lowriders out there, because what me and my pops used to, what I learned from him was you're always looking for your perfect car that you want, generally right around the holidays. The reason why is because someone has spent all the money to do all the things, and then they get themselves into a trick, and around the holidays, they need some money. Yeah. And you end up coming up on a great scenario. When I say that, I'm going to ask you a question that might not be in your favor. If you were talking to the person who's just about to get into the lowrider, just about to get into restoring the car, what cautionary tales would you say to them? What are the things that you would tell them maybe avoid? When I say that, it works well in your favor because those people go out and do those things, and then they end up in a trick, and you end up getting it for pennies on the dollar, right? Am I correct? Right. This happens all the time. But what would be that, advice or to a person getting into it to say, maybe you should not go ham on every single little detail?
It's simple. Very simple. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Okay, let the professionals do it. Pay a little more money and buy the car done. Reason why? Because it's going to cost you twice as much than you think it is. It's like opening up a can of worms because you start on this car, right? It starts with you got to beg the painter to give it to you back on time because he's never going to give it back to you on time. My 63, I was supposed to have it 6 months ago. It's still at the frame shop, powder coat. Everything's hard. Everything's super hard right now. It's expensive. Things we used to do for $20, it's at $80. So everything's expensive on these cars. If you could find a deal, wait for that deal. Wait for that Christmas Day. Wait for somebody that just says, you know what, I don't care. I'm gonna sell it. Just this is what I need. Look for the deals. You know, that's what I do. That's why I'm capable of bringing good cars, you know, to the table and say, hey guys, who wants this beautiful car? I find the deals that make sense. If you're gonna start from scratch, just know if you think it's gonna cost you 20 grand, no, it's gonna cost you 30 to 40 grand. Just put double. And if you don't know what you're doing, it might even cost you more. You know,
To put it in perspective for a person who's not a lowrider person, or that has ever redone a car, the person that just buys the, you know, normal, hey, I'm going to go buy a new car, I'm going to drive it, whatever it is, and it's a functional thing for them. That's a different person than a person that's like, I want to enjoy this on my weekend. What to help them with the perspective, what does a paint job now cost? Like nowadays, when you go to paint the 64 or the 63, what is a paint job, you know, range? What is it?
a basic paint, like the black color, red color, basic, nothing like House of Colors, candy, this, that. Basic paint would start around 10,000 just to paint that car. If you want to go into the candies, you're looking at 30, 25,000 just to paint. So I've seen people pay a lot of money for paint.
And that's not body work and stuff like that. That's just the paint.
That's including the body.
That's
work.
including the body
It's
work.
fixed
Okay.
up. I mean, they're not gonna change the metal if it's rusted. This, that. Now you have, they gotta change parts of the metal, the body. Like you get a sheet metal guy, he'll cut the rust part out. The cancer, put new. Then you're going up way more to 50,000. And that's why I say don't do it. Like look for something that's done up, because it gets really, really expensive. Next thing you know, you run out of money. You got bills. Wife's complaining, hey, you're putting all your money in this car. We got to pay the bills, and you run out of money. Now you're more than halfway through, but you're willing to sell your car and lose money. You spent 30 grand and you're almost there, and you posted at $13,000 or $18,000. The guy comes and says, nah, I'll give you less than that. But you're desperate because the bills are here, your wife's bitching, you're having problems, and you let it go. That's a bad investment. But if you are a body man, you got your painters, you got your body man, you got your upholstery, you got, which I do. They always come through, they help me out. I still have to pay, of course. But it's better than someone that doesn't know what he's doing and just goes to a upholstery shop and that guy probably doesn't know what you want and how you want your upholstery. You just put something together and you come back, you're like, this is not what I want, but you already paid him. You know what I mean? So now you want to pay somebody else to do it again because it's not what you want. So it costs you, that's why I say it could cost you double the price. And you got to know what you're doing and how bad do you want that car.
Yeah.
You got to think about all this. It's something people don't, it looks easy, but until you open the hood, until you get underneath, things are, the little screw that's supposed to come out easy breaks because it's rusted, now you got to figure out how to get out of there. There's so much to do. It's not easy at all. Even me knowing, I can't say I know everything, but knowing what I know, even me, I go through hard times. There's sometimes this little thing that doesn't want to fit in its spot, that little bolt just doesn't fit. It drives you crazy. Hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. Eventually you're like, oh, there it goes. It went in. So it's not easy building this car. That's why I was on one of my stories. I was telling him, look, man, again, here's my hood, here's my fender, here's my parts. Like, this is how hard it is to get what I'm giving away for $199. Like, you guys need to jump on this.
Yeah.
Wake up. I'm not going to do it again. I don't have another one. I kept on saying it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the last one. First and last, And it's a 62 convertible. You can't even see them. Nobody's giving it away.
For $199. I mean, obviously, like I said, most people will buy more tickets, or the guy ended up getting more. What would you say, Tony, to whether it be a little Armenian kid, a little Mexican kid, a little black kid, Asian kid that right now is getting bullied can't focus on his education because he's having to basically survive. You know, in a place where he's not feeling super comfortable. What would you say to that kid?
You're doing something right. You're doing something right. The reason why they're bullying you is because you're doing something right. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep your head up, work hard, go for your dreams. Don't let nobody bother you. They could hate on you, they could not like you. It doesn't matter because you're not for them. You're for yourself. Work on yourself. Do what you're doing. The reason why people hate on you because you're doing something right. And, you know, more power to you. Let God help you. God was going to help you. They could bully you all they want. It doesn't matter. That doesn't count. What counts in life is what you do with your life. And if you want to be a rock star, a fireman, a construction guy, whatever it is, just focus on that. You want to be a superstar, focus on that because you're doing it. That's why people are hating on you.
What would you say to the kid who brought the knife to the fist fight? Knowing what you know now, I mean, you literally saved this kid's life. Now, not to say that he probably didn't go out and act a fool again and then get in trouble. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know. But if he was sitting here across from you having this conversation, what would you say to him?
You know, it's basically like don't judge the book without reading it. Like he judged me for who I am as an Armenian kid. You know, they pushed so many buttons before, you know, we took that swing, that first swing. They said F Armenians, F what you believe in, F this gang, none of that had nothing to do with us. The only reason why me and my brother took that swing is they said F your mom. So when it comes down to my family, my mom or my brother, then we're gonna fight. Even though we knew we're, you know, just 2 against 30, we said we gotta do it. You know, now it's to the point that they're looking for a fight. Don't do it. You know, like we're all humans. What makes us different is who we are. No one's the same. If we're all the same, it'd be a boring lifestyle. Yeah. You know, some people will be like, oh, look at this guy. Look at his hair. He's blue, you know, or look at the way he wears his pants. That's him. That's what makes him. You know, imagine if he was dressed the same as you. Every day you wake up and everybody's dressed the same. You know, you don't have a different choice of clothes. You know, then everybody's the same as you. It's boring. Life is boring. So don't judge the guy. Don't hate on him until you know who he really is. Because, you know, I've been a humble kid all my life. I did fight. I do pick on fights. But the only reason I pick on fights is because they're picking on me. I even try to ignore those. You know, like, bro, stop. I don't want to fight you. I always give warnings. But the guy that's in front of me that, let's say he did stab me, I would tell him, you know, like, don't be a coward. If you want to fight, you know, this is what makes you the man. You know, we could fight, but fist to fist. Why are you reaching for a knife? Why are you trying to kill that guy? Why are you trying to kill me? You know, I'm still a baby myself. We're at junior high. We're all kids. Wow. You know, you're running for a knife, you know, because you're still fighting. We're still fighting. You pull the knife out of you, and it's not like I have you on the floor and you're, you know, I'm whooping your ass. We're just throwing fists. Why'd you pull the knife? Because you're a coward. That's what I would tell him. Until today, he's a coward. And he should go to church, light a candle, pray for me and my family because we saved his life and his mom. You know, because if he goes to jail for all his life, she's going to get sick. She's going to have a heart attack. It's her baby.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's just another guy, but that's her baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, go to church and light a candle and say, thank you. Thank you, Tony. Yeah.
Tony, I started the podcast because of my 2 kids, so Maddox and McKenna. Maddox is 14 years old, and it hits me really hard because you were 13 when that happened. And I'm thinking about my son at 14 years old, and I couldn't imagine him going through what you were going through at that time. He's into sports, you know, gaming, doing all this stuff. My daughter is 17 years old, and she's into the arts, singing, dancing, all those things. I wanted to make all my heroes human. You became a hero to me when I found you through Vince. My buddy Vince reached out. Vince Culver reached out and said, hey, you got to check this guy out. I checked you out, and at first I was like, man, there's got to be some sort of catch. And then I realized that there wasn't a catch, that you were not only giving these things away, but you were doing it for the right reasons, right? And then to hear the story behind it of that's your brother's car, and then to be able to talk to you, all those things, I just think it's incredible. And I didn't want my kids to worship idols. I just wanted them to be inspired by iconic people. So what advice would you have for Maddox and McKenna? And if you could call yourself Uncle Tony, it would be awesome. If you could use their names too, it would be awesome too.
It's complicated, because they need to stay close to mom and dad, because that's the one that's going to guide them the most and give the right education. Mom and dad is your hero. Just because you're 17, your daughter, right? Just because you're 17, it doesn't mean you're grown up. It doesn't mean you learned everything already. Your whole life is going to be something you're going to have to learn. It's a process. I'm 52 years old, and today I still learn something. And there's so much more I need to learn on computers and, on the cars. I've been doing cars all my life. I still look at things and say, damn, how do I do this? So your whole life is education. The best education you're going to get is mom and dad. Stick to them. Don't be in a hurry leaving home and, trying to grow up, be a grown-up, be a mommy, or be in a relationship. That's going to come to you when the time is right. That's always, time could only tell. There's that saying. But when the time is right, it'll come to you. It's not like it's going to skip you. Never going to skip. So don't hurry up and grow up. Stick with mom and dad and learn from them. That's the best education you're going to get.
Tony, it's honestly, it has been an absolute pleasure. I know we got to get you back up to Hollywood. The fact that you woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, got in the car at 6:30 or 6 o'clock, drove down here to Carlsbad to be in the studio, it just says something. It says massive amounts about your heart, who you are. And I just think it's amazing, man. And I can't wait to, number one, I can't wait to see the 63. I got to see the 63. The next time you come down this way, I want to maybe schedule where we could go see the 64 too.
Definitely.
I want to see and I like seeing you on Instagram and the things that you have going. The fact that these people have the opportunity, like that motorcycle. How much is the ticket for the motorcycle?
Right now, it's
the motorcycle and the car. How many tickets are there, and how much are you doing?
With the car and the motorcycle together is going to be about $200 a spot, and it's going to be 400 spots.
Wow.
Yeah, and that way it pays for the car and the motorcycle. It still doesn't pay for the motorcycle.
Yeah, that motorcycle is unbelievable.
Yeah,
you got to check it out.
The guy that bought it, it's not mine. It's a friend of mine. His dad and mom don't want him to drive it. So they actually
I don't even know how you could drive that thing.
I couldn't even.
I know. I saw you sit on it.
Yeah,
I saw you sit on it. You were like, I wish I could ride. I ride motorcycles, but there ain't no way in the world to see that one, man. But it's been an absolute honor to be able to have you here. I'm looking forward to having you here again. More and more as we go along, which I think will be amazing.
It's an honor to be here. I appreciate it. It's amazing meeting you. The first time I talked to you, I was like, this guy's a great guy. That's why I'm here.
Thank you.
And like I said, I felt you being an amazing guy, and my feelings didn't leave me down. Like I said, always go with your feelings. If it's gonna guide you to the right spots. And if it doesn't, you might think it's not, but you're learning from it. So even that is something, So you learn from it. You might feel like, oh, that was a big mistake. No, but you learn something.
Yeah.
So it's not a mistake. And the most expensive thing is education.
Wow.
So yeah.
Do me a favor, Tony, Tigran, look into this camera over here and tell your wife what she doesn't hear enough through this whole journey. I mean, you guys been through a journey. You guys been through a lot of stuff. What does she not hear enough from Tigran?
Oh my God, every day I tell her how much I love her. She hears so much. I bless my wife as much as I could. I'm always around her, but one thing, I'll say it over and over, how much I love her. I love you so much. You're my rock. You are our queen. Just the kids know it. I know it. Without you, we ain't nothing, and God bless you, and live a long, healthy life, because I wouldn't know what to do without you. So I love you, and God bless you.
And with that, Tony, you're officially off the hot seat. Peace, love, and soul.
Yeah, and this the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights. Yeah, this the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights. We begun surfing waves too low, made our own rules everywhere we go. Held tight to the truth that our parents declared. Anything is possible, the love stayed there. Now Rob's daughter ballin' on the end scene, Olay scene. Will's kids live dreams we never could have seen. This the vibe that raised us, made us, saved us. Love so strong that the hard times praised us. From base life roots to the freeway nights, we turn small rooms into launch pad flights.